Hello lovely people, this is Kitten here, getting at home. I've had an extra couple of days off. I've had a bit of a reset day this week. I promised I would tell you how I was getting on with my journaling, organising and planning. I kind of liked it so much, I got another one for the shop to organise things. So let me give you a rough idea of how I'm doing things. Right. Okay, this is the first time I've done this, so let's hope it works okay. We're at home on my living room table. This is a bullet journal. It's called a bullet journal because it's got a dot. Well, it's a dot grid, and a bullet journal because you make lists with it. I've always been a lister. I've always been a planner girl. I've had disc-bound planners for many, many years, and about 6 months ago, they just stopped working for me. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. Perhaps it was Madam arriving, but I just couldn't. It didn't function for me anymore. And I know a lot of you with chronic illnesses are in a similar situation. Unless you have your head in the right space, everything else goes to pieces. So this year I'm trying bullet journaling. I've always been arty. I've always journaled. I've done art journaling. And these, I'm not going to show you and tell you all about layout and decoration because there's hundreds of people that do that stuff way better than me. What I want to try and do is help you get organised, help you to see another way to do this. You don't have a fancy dot grid journal. You can do it in an ordinary notebook. This is just what I happen to like. I like stickers and colours and things. I like that it's not a set layout. I like that I can change it. There's nothing, it's just blank. I've just done March, and I like to have a theme. My theme for March is dragons. Don't have to do any of that. But I like that I can add in, what did I add in this week? Oh, I've just read the Morning Miracle book, and I wanted to add in what I thought about that. So you can just put it in and everything shifts over a page. And if next month I'm having a really tough month and I can't do anything, then I shall just do my tasks. But what I have is a cover page with the month and the date, and I have just a rough month overview of what's happening in the month. And for March I tweak that slightly. I have my cover page with my dates. I tweaked it slightly, so I've got the date, the day, and I want to add the moon in because I want to look at the moon as well. This is I don't have a hugely busy life. I don't have kids at school. I don't have appointments or meetings or commitments and things like that. So it's when things go out, when I have to do things, when I have my class with Alexis, it's doing personalised organisation, office hours with Alexis. So that's stayed the same. Sentence a day, I've kept that. I absolutely love that. The idea is to find something you're grateful for or something positive, because we always forget that. We have a lovely day and then one person will say something horrible to us and that's all we remember, which this is what you need to get out of the habit of. And if you have a really bad day and you want to write a really bad day, then sorry, we've had a really bad day, felt a bit rough, sofa snuggles. But I saw a robin and catkins and crocuses, and you know what, I've forgotten that. I like to have a quote page. There's my quote page. I'll start my new sentences for March tomorrow. And you can see, as you go through the month, you can actually see the month progressing. It starts off, oh, it's ages till the end of the month. And then a few days, you think, oh, look how far we've come through the month. It's a real visual countdown. The list project last month couldn't have been more inappropriate. It's a book. Hold on. It's a book, the list project. They do it every week. That's way too much for me. I can't do it every week. And I don't follow it in order. I just open it and pick a list. I just open it. Right, that one will do. That one will do. That one will do. And the idea is it asks you a question and gets you to think about things and see if you identify any characteristics of yourself in it. So that is the list project. I haven't kept the habit tracker, but I've moved it to a different page because I wanted to remember this. Various ways to start the morning in a good way. Put the habit tracker there. It's not a rule, it's just things I want to keep an eye on. These are the things I like to do every day. Simple things like getting up, stretching, having my breakfast, taking the tablets. It looks a lot. It's 3 pages, 4 pages, gosh. Everything I do in the shop at 3 o'clock, I turn the Scentsy off, I clear the desk, I wash the dishes. It helps me remember the little things like checking my Instagram every day, checking my emails every day. It just reminds me and grounds me. I've got a block here in the afternoon for work. Reminds me to do everything that I need to do to close the shop in the afternoon. Everything I need to do when I don't always do it. You know, I'm not here 2 days a week. Don't do anything then. Some days I do it, some days I don't. It's not a golden rule. It's just something that holds my hand and walks me through it. So I've tweaked the list a little bit. I've reduced a lot of the gaps in it. There, we've got it down to 3 pages. I haven't made any allowances for summer and winter. At the moment, I just want to get everything out of my head and onto paper. They say that if you write it down, there's an 80% better chance of doing it or remembering it. I don't know. This is my list of what I do in the month and when I do it. Cleaning the counters, changing the Scentsy. Have I ordered Gusto? I haven't ordered Gusto this week. Must do that. It's my ideal. I've changed that a little bit. That's all my calculations for the shop. Everything I spend on the shop, everything I spend living on the flat, the money I've got coming in, whether or not I can manage all that. This is my ideal work week. Mondays, Tuesdays, that's my morning space. Try to get solid blocks of work, proper lunch break, evenings. I usually sleep all day Sundays. And I've expanded this a bit, what, when, so that I know what I'm doing. And I've also included days of the week, when I do things on days of the week. And then I don't have a diary as such. I have more of a rolling task list and an ideas list, and these columns I write in. There's one. This is what we've done. Nice blank page there. I'll put some more notes on things I want to remember. We got January. Oh, here's January. This is all notes, things I need to do. I don't have a daily diary. I feel too stressed. I don't have anything apart from the stuff that's got to go out for the patterns and the technique videos, and to be honest, nobody minds if that went out in the afternoon or the next day instead of the morning. I don't have anything that's time sensitive, especially nailed to a day, so we don't worry about this. That's that one. You may have noticed in that little run through that I don't have a mood tracker or any kind of health related trackers. And I thought long and hard about that one, but I decided not to because I have chronic depression. I live with chronic depression. I live in chronic pain all the time. So how many ways is there you can say, oh, I had not such a bad day today, or my pain level's this, I don't want, the whole point of this is to take away from that and to plan round that. I don't want to be reminded and have to think about my pain levels every day and that kind of thing. So I have taken the decision at the moment. Will I add it in? I get tempted because people do such pretty ones, but I think no, I don't want to track that. I don't want to be reminded of that constantly. So that's another choice you have, whether you do what other people do or whether you find your own way to do it. You know, create your own system around what you need. This one, I thought, oh, this is going really well. I'm really enjoying this. What I need is one for my end of week review of the shop, my end of month and my quarterly planning. So I got another one for the shop. I've got all my shop details. I've got various my brand values, my pitch if I go to pitch somebody, business vision, ideal customer, that kind of thing. I've got the projects coming up from the year, the patterns are planned, the squares are in place, the techniques haven't got very far. This is our class. This is my school timetable. It is. I've got the most amazing coach, Alexis, Miss Trenchcoat. We have.
I don't know that.
Sorry, that's Alexa joining in. We have a class. We have office hours. We have an end of the month review and preparing for next month. And we have a book list, a book that's tied to whatever class we were planning. And then I like, at the end of the week, I sit down, see what I've done in the shop, what challenges there were, what I need to look at, how I got on. And then I start to plan ahead for the following week, 3 important tasks, what I'm going to do to look after myself, and all the stuff that I need to be aware of and to get done the following week. This is mostly where my weekly plan comes from. And then the next week we do the same. I got a bit sidetracked here. And then at the end of the month, we all sit down in our class together and we look at what we've all done well. We look back on February. I like to have a title page just because it makes it's a bit of a statement. It's something, new month, new start, stuff going on. I don't bother with quotes and stuff like that. I do a brain dump, everything happening for the coming month, and then we break it down. That's as close as I get. I roughly break down if I've got things that need to be done on set dates, the Easter pattern's going out, the blankets going out, the techniques going out. It is actually the Easter holidays, half term here. This little beauty, is that all of it? Oh no, there is that. Those are all the tasks that go into my monthly pattern. This is all just basic housekeeping. The pattern, the blanket square, the kit. If you don't know, the pattern, it's a free pattern if you sign up on the email for beginner knitters. It goes out on the first Friday. On the second Friday on my website there is a blanket square, so we can learn new techniques and new stitches and put them together. And then on the third Friday there's a technique video goes out, and I want to put these self-care type planning helpful videos out somewhere in between. If I put a kit together end of the month, getting ready for next month, that's a stock check so I can go through all the website. This is my social media planning. Everything I do to schedule on later to go out on my social media, and I tick it. I try to keep ahead because I've got a list. I know what I've done. I try to keep ahead and go with it. This month that lets the cat out the bag, doesn't it? The pattern I'm working on for April is a lace pattern to make curtains or a top with. The blanket squares the flat rib, and I'm going to the customer request for buttonholes for a technique. So that's what you got coming up in April. And then this breaks down what the chapters that I'm going to make my video of. I've got a better one at the back. Video ideas, themes, and then I've got, there's the one I'm starting to do for the buttonholes. This is all the work broken down, and then I can tick it when I've done something, so I can open the, I don't have to keep it in my head. I think what a lot of us try to do, especially with a chronic illness, is we try to remember, or we try to do it because that's what we think people should do. Oh, I'll remember that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And it actually comes to a point where I said, no, you can't. I had Wednesday off extra, and today, Thursdays, is my day off. Just as a reset day, because I was getting so overwhelmed with not knowing what went where and how to get things organised. Then we go back. I mean, that's just things I'm going to do. This is our priorities. I think I've told you before, Alexa says we don't have goals, we have priorities. So our priorities, and we set our goal. I mean, they're not goals for me. Some people have goals in their priority. I have areas I'm going to work on. And then we go into the week review. I haven't got this far yet. And then, once we get to the end of March, April, May, June is the second quarter. So I'm going to go into this, I can do all my Q2 planning, look back on Q1, see how we went, and go plan forward for Q2. I absolutely love it. I just love it. I haven't got very clever at it. As you can see, it's a working thing. It gets written on, it gets scribbled on. The point is, it's working. But I still get colour. I've always loved to sit and write, and it, slow down, sit and write, you kind of get much more of a feedback for what you're doing. The only thing I haven't got in here is a shopping list. I haven't worked out. I had a band on here with my pens on, and I made a pocket to tuck a shopping list in, but I don't like that. might just like my books as they are. I'm making a small pencil case to go with it, and I'm going to put some pen loops on. You don't have to have these big fancy notebooks. If you want a Yop and Tom, there are only a couple of places in the UK you can get these thick. I like thick pages. I'll leave you a link for Yop and Tom. Shout out to Jessie Corran, who's hugely inspirational to me. I'll try and find her YouTube and put it down at the bottom. She's an absolute brilliant. And Erin, I can't remember Erin's surname. They're absolutely fabulous. They do decorating properly. I just make a bit of a collage and a bit pretty colour. But I do think if you make it nice, rather than a diary that's so inflexible, if you make it nice and it's a joy to pick up, you kind of get on with it more. And I love to sit and play books I've read. I just love to sit and look at the pretty colours. Once we get, I think in March, will I get through March? Yeah, I'll probably get through April on that, and then I'll need a new one. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that because I can have everything. I've got a place to write stuff down. If there's a project I want to remember, then I can just have a play. I can just start. Oh, yep. We'll just add a page in. Nothing's set in stone. If I suddenly decide, oh, I want a page for this, I'll put a page in for this. Leave blank ones every so often. I could just add a page in, or at the beginning of the month I can do a cost analysis, or I can do a stock order, or I can do something, and it's just, that's it. That's these two books. So if you're struggling and you find you're getting forgetful, or you don't know what order to put things in, then why don't you have a go? You can get some gorgeous notebooks from the works for £2 or £3, or if you want to be a bit more ambitious, get a bullet journal from Yop and Tom. I think these are about £20. I've just bought one today for one of the follow-on ones, and it was on offer. They do a lot of offers. It was 25% off, probably because they've got hundreds, and they wanted to sell an orange one. I don't care, I love an orange one. But have a go, have a look. If I can help anybody, organise, plan, get it out your head, get it onto paper, make lists. Some people work in lists, some people work in sentences. However you do it, these spider diagrams, I can't get my head around those. But I just want to share and see if I can help you cope with anything. So I'll keep you up to date with how this is going. There's one or two other little videos I've got in mind that show you how I cope with things now that I'm getting such a mess. So I'll add those to it, and if you want to see anything, if there's anything you want to know, then please just leave me a message. I'm small enough now that I can still answer all my messages that I get in on the channel, or drop me an email if you want a longer chat. And we will see you soon. This will probably go out after the Easter egg by the time I've got it organised, but we will see you soon for a chat.